Hello, my name is Elizabeth Comfort, and I will be covering the case inventory section of the homicide group presentation. So, just to kind of go over the bullet points, forensic anthropologists will conduct what's called a skeletal inventory when they're working with homicide or other forensic cases. And in this case, a team completed a full investigation of the contents left in the incinerator. And Dr. Lovejoy was an anthropologist who consulted and sorted through these remains, which were then placed into 25 labeled metal bins. Um, the contents included human and non human remains, so cremated skeletal remains, ash, masses of synthetic material, metal, and wire mesh. So, forensic anthropologists will create and conduct an inventory for cases such as these in order to create a list describing the skeletal remains in the case. A skeletal inventory is a list and written description of each skeletal element found and the physical condition of that element. This inventory had the help of Dr. Lovejoy, who used anthropological and osteological methods. So, similar to the reporting procedures covered in the course material, such as sifting through the incinerator's contents with a fine wire screen in order to find skeletal remains. Contents of each of the 25 metal bins were sifted through a fine wire screen. Sorting the human from non-human remains was the task of the consultant, Dr. Lovejoy. Any remains that are human are set aside for further analysis. So all skeletal remains were diagnostically human were set aside for further analysis, while all skeletal remains that were diagnostically non-human were separated, photographed, and stored. So in this case, the remains were fragmentary and had shrunk due to the temperatures involved in the incineration processes. The human remains were extremely fragmentary, all of the specimens being brittle, grayish white, and showing excessive shrinkage and exfoliation consistent with their exposure to high temperature. Now, even though the incineration process caused great damage to the skeleton, there were skeleton remains found to analyze for the case inventory. The skeleton had suffered greatly due to the incineration, but fragments of many body parts remained and were available for further analysis. The processes of inventory helps forensic anthropologists to organize the skeletal remains for the overall case and the identification processes that are involved in the case. Thank you.